And a warm welcome, everybody. We're here in the heart of Melbourne. It's Albert Park, and it's qualifying for the Australian Grand Prix.
Okay, mate. Radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
We don't have the data for that, I'm afraid. Sorry, we can't provide you with that information right now. Been pushed down to P16. Here are the top 5 cars as things stand. Fastest lap at the moment, 1:14.2. Leclerc, Russell, Antonelli, Piastri and Tsunoda.
Sorry about all of that. Get up again. I don't know where we should have been, but... No.
With qualifying complete, all that remains now is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow, so make sure you join us then. Months of rumour and speculation all come to an end today as we return to racing for the opening event of what promises to be an enthralling season. Welcome along then to round 1 of this year's Formula One World Championship. We're a stone's throw from the enormous Port Phillip Bay for today's race at the 3.28-mile Albert Park circuit. It's a bumpy racing surface here, and the 14 corners could prove especially difficult in the wet conditions. So watch out for a safety car at some point during this Grand Prix. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. What a qualifying yesterday for George Russell. He'll start today's race from pole position. And it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Antonelli, Piastri, Max Verstappen, and Tsunoda, Norris, Webber, Gasly, and Pepe Marti, Massa, Albon, Paul Aron, and Hülkenberg, Behrman, Tremnitz, Lance Stroll, and Esteban Ocon, Doohan, O'Sullivan, Pierce, and Zane Maloney rounds off the grid. And now it's time to head down to the track. And alongside me here today in the commentary box, Anthony Davidson. Sounds so romantic, doesn't it? Let's have an 11th team in Formula One. Yes, we all want that as fans, but none of us really know the scale of the challenges that lie ahead.
You're trying to beat teams, Crofty, that have been here doing it for decades, and you've come in as a new team, built the factory, built the car, built your team around two drivers. It's no tall order.
Radio check, please. Radio check.
Radio check.
Okay, here we go. I know what you can do. Don't let me down. Okay, incredible parking there, nice one. That's going to give you the edge if you can get a good launch as the race starts. Keep an eye on the lights, the start sequence will begin as soon as the grid is formed. Be ready with the clutch. Okay, good work. Great pass. This rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Inters look like the best tyre for now. And you've got P7, 7th place. Okay, gap to leader, 6.6 seconds. Sonoda's ahead of you. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 2.0 seconds. They're on a fresh set of inters. And that's Webber behind you. Less than a second separates you. They're on a fresh set of inters. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound. 27 laps to go. Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Seeing at least 20 minutes of light rain. Inters look like the best tyre for now. starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look after the tyres. We won't be making another pit stop. Confirmed, we'll receive you at the end of this lap. And gap to the car in front, 6.1 seconds. This rain could be with us for a while. Light rain conditions for the foreseeable future. Inters seem to be the fastest tyre for now. Okay, mate, that's it. Go, go, go. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. That was our last stop. No more scheduled pit stops. Let's go. Bearman's ahead of you. Okay, the gap is less than a second. They're on old intermediates. Their tyres are 16 laps old. And the time last lap, 1:28.6. Okay, just 2 laps of fuel remaining now. That's P5, you're in P5. The distance to the leader, 40.8 seconds. Sonoda ahead. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 18.3 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Gasly's behind you. They're on old intermediates. Your pit window's now open. Pit window is open. Come on, just 3 laps to go. 3 laps. Okay, so this light rain is going to be with us for a while now. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 19.6 seconds. I'm afraid you've been given a time penalty for that last incident, mate. Okay, you've got P5, P5. Okay, so gap to the leader, 43.0 seconds. Sonoda's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the car in front, 19.6 seconds. They're on old intermediates. Gasly behind. They're on old intermediates. Okay, mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. All right, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
Yeah. Good job.
Charles Leclerc, what a drive, what a victory, he wins!
It's always great to kick off the season with a race victory. You hit the ground running, and it's really good for your confidence as well moving forward. It's so important to set off on the right footing, and that's exactly what they've been able to achieve today.
It's time to bring out the bubbly and spray it around. It's our podium celebrations. And who gets to take the top step of the podium? Yes, it is I, Leclerc, Charles Leclerc on top. It's been an absolutely wild weekend of Formula One action, and I can't wait to see what's next.
Have you got a moment? Need your input.
Hey boss, really pleased to say that early talks have progressed well, and we're now in a position to have a first meeting with them to learn more about what we're each after. It's a bit of a dance, but it'll be worth it, I think. And remember, it doesn't bind us to them. We can always go elsewhere. Things are progressing well. We've got a bit more into the weeds of discussions following that first early meeting. In a good way. You know, details. I'll keep you posted. It's not over the line yet.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development. Let's get that performance on the car.
Hey, just a quick one. If you've got some cash kicking around, why not invest in the corporate facility? We can always use more resource, and we can be helpful in hitting your goals. Cheers.